So last time we had a bit of a sidetrack, I'm not gonna lie. But we're going to make up for that today, in that we were stuck down here for the time being, until we can get a ride back up. Because we're going to beat the boss fight, and then I think we're going to go to the, what I like to call the Dragon Kingdom, which has just one more boss fight before going finally to the Bowser Kingdom, which we'll probably do in the next recording session, when we finish the entirety of the rest of the game. But yeah, I like this kingdom. I was a little lost there for a second, not gonna lie. But, we're getting a lot of moons. Like, we never have to come back to this kingdom. What we do, well, we don't. I do. Because we are going to be done with this game when we beat Bowser. I am going to keep playing because I fucking love this game. Please do build me a bridge. I could probably long jump over to that door, but, you know... And now we're back at the place where I was at before. So you need to do this in order for you to be able to like trigger the cutscene that allows you to go into the boss fight. Like I did a nice little like long jump damage boost skip before. And with that bugged the game. Well, I didn't bug the game, I guess. I suppose that is very much intentionally put in there to make sure that people don't do what I did. But look, I made a devlog video about this a while ago. Well, not even a while ago. It was actually fairly recent. At least as of me recording this. I think as of me uploading this, it shouldn't be that long ago either, like a couple of weeks, right? I made a devlog about if you're making a game, it's good to guide your players. It's good to make sure your game isn't a buggy mess. But being so fucking obsessed to make sure that there's no like speedrunning skips in your game, and Nintendo especially has a really fucking bad habit at this, with patching out like bugs that speedrunners use and stuff like that. I think it's kind of a dick move. And going out of your way to make sure that people can't skip that little section there, even though the only way to skip it is to go out of your way and do like a very specific long jump and then damage boost, so you have to have full HP when attempting it in the first place. Move to do that skip. At that point, just fucking let your player have that skip. There's no reason to not let the player have that skip at that point, other than the fact that you're like a psychopath that wants to control your player's every move. I also died. I didn't respawn back up there. That is a problem. That is kind of a real big issue. And this is a very good example of that, right? Is by all accounts, having done that skip, I should have just been allowed to go into the boss fight. But Nintendo is so fucking obsessed with people not like playing the game in an unintended way that they build in an extra trigger to make sure that that cannon doesn't spawn unless you've done the previous section. Like that's not a matter of, oh, that's just how the game is programmed. Well, I mean, literally it is. Because they programmed it in. But that's not a shortcoming of how the programming of the game works. That's somebody went out of their way to, actually, no, to put that in. To prevent players from skipping a little portion of the game. And I think that's bullshit. I think because it prevents like speedrunning isn't a valid reasoning to make any decision in your game. Like, honestly. Now, if it's a glitch that is, or like a escape, a sequence break that is accidentally discoverable, reasonably speaking, because everything usually is accidentally discovered at some point. But if your average player is able to discover it on accident, yeah, maybe patch that out. But what I did, go back and watch last episode, what I did, people aren't doing that on accident. That was very much me on purpose trying to get to a place that I shouldn't be. And if you're actively working against that as a developer, number one, you're fighting a losing battle. People are going to find shit that you didn't find and think of anyway. But more importantly, that hurts. But more importantly, you are an asshole fighting a losing battle. And I'm aware that the people who programmed it in specifically were only like doing their job because some like dude in a suit at Nintendo told them to do it. But I honestly think that is... You can tell, specifically at Nintendo, that it's the business people in charge of making the games. Because that is a, oh no, but it should work the way we intended it to work kind of thing. That feels like a very like business-based decision rather than a fun or artistic-based decision, right? It's a fun boss fight. So I would argue that that is, in fact, a very bad way of going about doing things. And there we go, another triple moon, which I think brings us up close to getting 30 moons in total in this kingdom. So it's been a while. We've been here for a while, but it's been fun. So let me take a sip of water because I need to hydrate. And then we can go on. So again, I think the next thing we do is fight the dragon. And then we go into Bowser's Kingdom, which is fine, I guess. I like the moon because it's got like different gravity mechanics. And I like when, especially for like a final world, when the game like really changes things up a little. Wait, is that 2 more sections left? I think that's just 1 more section left. That seems about right. That seems about correct. And that gets us over. We can head to Bowser's Kingdom, but halfway through we're going to get like to fight a dragon first. And I don't think that dragon fight is going to take us 12 minutes, to be honest. So I don't know where I'm going to cut this episode off. This might be a short episode. Then again, it's not even going to take us like 5 minutes, most likely. Well, skipping through a lot of dialogue is going to take us 5 minutes, most likely. So far, we've beaten every single boss fight. Oh, I was gonna buy another costume. God damn. We're gonna go with Samurai Mario eventually, anyway, because that's definitely like other than retro Mario. Samurai Mario is definitely my favorite. Look, that's not how that's not how wings work. You can't just hover in midair by doing this a lot as a big ass fucking dragon. You might be saying hummingbirds can do it, yeah, but they're like this small and they're flapping their wings like 400 times a second or something like that. That's why they can like remain still in midair, because they are burning a absolutely. Why do you think they eat pure sugar as a diet? They're burning so many fucking calories, it's insane. A big ass dragon like that, just flapping its wings like this, up and down, it would fall. It would fall down to the ground. That seems like Power Moon. That's not a Power Moon. There's only 3 Power Moons here. That's right. You get it from the boss. I don't see a wire. Let me be real with you. So yeah, no, that just does not work that way. Admittedly, I animated the exact same thing like 3 months ago for one of my own animals, which I might actually end up not using due to the fact that my game It's undergoing somewhat of a identity crisis and change. So that is kind of too bad, because a lot of the things I made are going to be either less or just not useful to the game anymore. It's good to have the practice though, right? Because that I really like this fight. I know it's a very basic fight. It's nothing too special. But I just very much like fights with such a huge scale difference, right? That's why I like Shadow of the Colossus so much, because the scale, like the boss fights are levels. Like you climb around them, you jump around on them. They are levels in and of themselves. And that's why I like that one that one boss fight from Mario Galaxy as well. This one, exact same thing. You like platform and jump up on the boss fight a little bit. And if it wasn't like very annoying and difficult to make something like that, I might consider doing something. I have no ideas about boss fights for my own game yet, so I might end up going a route where, especially since in my game all the worlds are themed in such a way where your main character is shrunken down anyway, I might end up going with something like that as well, at least for one boss fight, maybe for more, I don't know. Casually just beat that fight. But it seems like it's very difficult, because at that point you are like you have to make things so dynamic that they feel like you're actually like on a living thing, but not so dynamic that you're getting thrown off the entire time. And in Shadow of the Colossus, of course, you can just grab on if you're like on fur, or like on the hair of that boss fight. But like I'm making a platformer, not a whatever genre Shadow of the Colossus even is, a action adventure. There's nothing more. I was going to say RPG, but it really doesn't have any RPG elements. Like, yeah, you have a horse. Like, it's honestly like, what genre is Zelda? Because I feel like Shadow of the Colossus is closest to Zelda as far as like genres goes. But the dungeon and the boss fight are the same thing. That's actually a really fucking good explanation of what Shadow of the Colossus is for somebody. If you ever have to explain it to somebody who's never played it before, right? It's Zelda, but the dungeons and the bosses are the same thing. And they'll probably be confused, so just show them a YouTube video and they'll get it. It's a really good game. Honestly, once I get to designing bosses, I might just play through it for inspiration's sake. Again. I have it on PS4, I believe, so... Isn't it also on PC by now? I'm not logged into Steam, so I can't check. I have, like, my new PC going on, right? So I can't really check. I guess we'll be doing a little bit of this Bowser world, because I can't really end the episode right now, because it's way too short for that. But also, we can skip most of the bullshit, because we don't need to have any particular number of stars. We just need to get to the end, I think, right? That's how this works. I mean, we do need to use the captures. That's fair enough. And at this point, I'm honestly kind of considering just completing the whole game anyway. But I kind of got to figure out if my new strategy for the webcam works better. Because what I needed to do last time is render the entire video from just like the webcam recording I have as a separate file. Because right now I'm recording the gameplay and the webcam in the same file. And Adobe was not having it. Like Adobe Premiere, a media encoder. Fucking hated that. So don't do that anymore, apparently. But I don't know if the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it now, which is boring to explain, so I won't explain it to you. It's going to help with that, but I probably should stick with just the 3 episodes for now. If I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to skip you, I think. No, I'm not. You know what? That works for me. So I'll probably just stick with these 3 episodes for now. So that I know whether or not this works or I need to try something else next time again. The next option down the line is, at the moment I'm recording both my entire face in 1080p, which is a little bit overkill, and the game footage in 1080p. I'm doing that to keep like clean game footage so that if I ever need to use it again, you can just go back and get this. And just like cut out the right portion of the screen, which is my face cam. If this doesn't work, my next option is just like scaling down my face cam in recording as well, and not having an entire second 1080p recording next to the one of them. Like that's the gameplay. So it only has to like have like 500 or 600 more pixels in width, which is equivalent to like 50,000 pixels in total, because it's still got like 100,000 pixels in total, because it's still got a height of almost 2,000 pixels, right? Because it's 1080. At least I'm not recording as a 4K. Could you imagine having 2 4K streams next to each other? That would be fucking... I mean, my PC could handle that, surely. I have no doubt that my PC would be absolutely fine just recording that. I mean, if it wasn't, I would be very upset because I just spent a lot of money upgrading my CPU. This feels like something that I should be able to break, but it's not. You know what? Okay, we do need to do something there. But how? What? I honestly... I'm a little confused as to what those bombs... Like, what do I need to do with them? Can I push the blocks, maybe? Is that what I need to do? It's showing you those crates get demolished. Oh, I get it. I can probably pick. No, I can't. Huh. A little bit confused. I was gonna say that should have probably damaged me, and then it didn't. So I went to grab it again, and then it did damage me. I'm still a little confused as to what those crates are all about, because it seems like you should be able to move them around, but then you're not. But then it seems like I honestly don't know what's going on. Honestly, don't have any clue. Unless it's got something to do with this capture power, like can I... Okay, now that makes a lot more sense now. There we go, you just die, you just die. And that's how you're supposed to figure that out. Okay, fair enough. You're supposed to just have one of those things attack you, accidentally hit a bomb. Which is fair. It's fair enough to assume that that would happen, right? And that's that done as well. We might actually get through the entirety of this in this episode as well. Because I don't think this is a particularly long kingdom either. Because it's literally just a normal level with a couple of challenges in it. But all of the optional moves that I would usually be going after, you don't need to do. Because, well, they're probably there. But there's no moon requirement to exit this world other than just like beat the world's boss. Which I don't think is too far away. I think it's only like 2 doors down, and then we're there. Which means there's probably like 3 more stars to get. And now we need to do that boss fight. I would very much like to just get to the moon. Then again, if I get to the moon, I might as well just complete the game. You know what? This maybe actually is a good place to end the episode. We buy another moon, which is very, very nice. And then we buy the samurai outfit, which I think we can buy on the left side with normal coins, because I bought it before. We actually cannot, never mind. So I definitely do not have enough coins for that. So I went out of my way to get the samurai outfit. It's only 15 coins in total. So we will not be getting any of that. But I feel like this might be a good place to end off today's episode, and then next time do the rest of this world. Because I don't think we're going to finish the rest of this world within 10 minutes anyway. And that's a couple more coins. And we have a checkpoint here, and I really just want to get to rendering this to see whether or not my issues are fixed the way I am doing things now. So I will... Hold on. Why is there one of these missing? That's gotta mean something, right? I don't know. There we go. That's gonna give me a power moon. Presumably. Exactly, it did. This entire game is so goddamn full. Around every corner there's a little sort of thing that's like, something is not quite right here. Let's go investigate. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.